Hi, everybody. This is Derek Hall here, president of Charter Real Estate School, and I am joined by my good friend, who's also a very good real estate agent, Rosa Collado. Yay, Rosa. Rosa is a top producer at Keller Williams. In addition to being one of the best real estate agents that I know, she is also a newly minted real estate instructor. She's going to be teaching for us coming up on January 27th, but leading up to that, we also are putting out Rosa's Real Estate Mastermind Manual. The first edition, which focuses on sellers, is already available on Charter Real Estate School's website, cnyres.com, and she's got the buyer version coming up shortly, debuting after her class. So big round of applause in your places for Rosa Collado. And Rosa, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself first off?
Hello, Derek. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Rosa Collado, and I have been a real estate now full-time for 5 years. And in those 5 years, been very, very lucky and blessed because I have helped over 200 individuals with buying, selling, and renting as well. And in that time, I've been able to sell over $50 million in real estate. So very excited, built a real estate team. And now one of my biggest dream and one of the things that I really, really enjoy, but again, one of my highest value is research and educating. And Derek has allowed me the opportunity to make that dream a reality of researching, right? Finding information to provide to you guys and educating a group of realtors. So I'm very excited for this new journey that I'm in now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are excited for your class as well. The last time I checked, we had 55 registrants, and we haven't even put out my cool new flyer yet. So once that flyer goes out, I think we're going to have even more. So really looking forward to the turnout for that. And I want to talk a little bit about kind of what brought us here, how we got to this point, because you and I met actually wasn't that long ago. We met doing an event in Spanish, a Spanish-speaking only event for real estate investors. And so that by that point, you were already, a well-established real estate agent. I think you had probably just finished the book at that point. What is it that made you decide you wanted to take that next step and start speaking as well?
Well, so that specific event, me being the only girl and speaking in Spanish, I mean, Spanish is my first language. And yet I got very nervous and I went in, I did tons of research. And why do I do research is because I want to make sure that I'm providing as much information as I possibly can, whether it's for someone like me that knows what's going on in the industry or someone that is brand new that doesn't know what's going on in the industry. So I started doing research and I went ahead and spoke in front of 200 individuals, got very nervous, but yet people came after and were just telling me how much what I share with them, how much that inspired them. It made them realize that, hey, there's things that's holding them back that they can go ahead and now overcome that hurdle and move forward, because if they see me doing it, they're like, hey, why can I do it too? And then from there, I started thinking like, wow. Yeah, I started thinking like there's so much information out there that I have also a lot of information in this head that I can just go ahead and share with other people. Because just like you, Derek, and that's why we kind of got together when we first met there and we just became friends, is because when we started we started talking there and I started knowing more about you and why a real estate school. I'm like, you're a smart man. I'm like, real estate of all things. And you told me you love, you love school, you love educating, but more than anything, you love helping people and you love sharing information. And that's when you and I bonded and you gave me this opportunity to use your platform to educate others. And that's something that you have in your heart. You want to educate.
I love it. Yeah. It's really something that I'm proud of, right? Something that I didn't get to do for a long time that I always kind of wanted to do. And I feel like that's the same with you. And that was one of the reasons why I really appreciated getting to work with you on your book, because there is no manual for real estate. As the owner of a real estate school, I'll be the first person to tell you, when you take that, and you guys out there know, when you take that pre-licensing class, they don't teach you how to sell real estate. They teach you how to not get sued. And so a lot of people are kind of left hanging when they get their career started. And so I took it upon myself. Part of my goal with the school was to help get the training that people need through the credits they have to get. But you took it a step further and said, I'm going to write a damn guidebook. You have an actual manual on real estate. So I love that it's, called the Mastermind Manual. It's the guidebook to the things you need to know to work with sellers. And so I was happy to work with you on that. And what went into that? Obviously, you said, you love research, but how did you get from the point of I'm doing really well at this to I want to make sure that other people do well also?
Well, I'm thinking, right? If me, when I started brand new, I was just like here, and I was in a great, franchise, right? I was working with Exit, and they give great information too, just like most real estate company. But unfortunately, the broker was like, "Hey, here you go, figure it out on your own. Go on this listing presentation. Here's what just figure it out. Just have the conversation and kind of learn on your own." And in the last 5 years, I've taken thousands. I've probably spent over $40,000 on going on training,
Mm,
hiring coaches, and realizing there's so much information. Yeah, a lot of money spent, but it was good spend because hey, the where I am now, thank God, it's something that it's taken people 10, 20 years, but I was able to cut that down by taking all these classes. And that's why now I decided, you know what? All this information, why not share it out there? Why not help the industry just like you are? I mean, how many classes have you done? How many people have you been able to help because you decided, hey, you know what? COVID, everything's going on now. I get it. But let's get the right instructor to educate the people correctly. And that's what I want to do. I want to educate and I want to help. And what I
right.
mean by help, there's so many realtors there that they don't know, even if they want to, even if in their heart, they're like, I want to help. They just don't know because they don't have any guidance. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, if I get this book that's 40, 50 pages that can start someone off in a career, like I'm looking to change the industry where it's like I want to give you all the information because I want you to treat the customer right, you know?
Exactly. That's the same thing as like, new agents are basically thrown to the wolves, right? Even if you do get a great mentor, that's fantastic. If you don't, it's a little bit different. And, I've been lucky enough to host, we had over 60 classes during the pandemic, thousands of agents educated, thousands of credits given out. And, that's an honor. And one of the things that we did early on was we had a class with another mutual friend of ours, Chris Abazis, on making videos. Because, Chris has been talking this for a while about, agents need to be getting on point with their videos. And we wanted to make sure that people had this understanding, hey, people are locked in right now. This is the opportunity to get in front of them. So we were teaching that and you were doing it. You have been making videos on YouTube, going live, doing interviews on Facebook, just taking your game to another level since the pandemic started. So I'd love to hear kind of your journey with that, like how you went into that phase, another
Yeah.
credit to you.
Absolutely. But even what you just said right now, me taking that class with you, that was one of my first Zoom class that I took, right?
Yeah.
And and look how you changed my life. I mean, I've done over 180 videos, and it's because I went to your class and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do what the class tells me to do. Let me go ahead and start doing videos. And you guys, I don't know if you know, but you and Chris were the first one we actually did a video together, Facebook
Yes.
Live.
I remember that
So
video.
you guys was like, all right, let's do it. And we did. And the rest is history. Now, I mean, only this year, it hasn't even been an entire year, right? I started in, I think it was March or April. I started. I have
Yeah.
about 183 videos. And this year alone, we're January 23. I've probably gotten from my videos that I did about I want to say 6 people that have reached out to me saying that they want to buy a house because they saw the videos that I've done through YouTube.
Right. And then that's really the value right there. It is good for business, right? That's always the point. You put yourself out there and you let everybody know, hey, I'm the expert. You got questions. This is the person right here who you need to be talking to. And I think it's fantastic. Congratulations on that. And, so we've already talked about, your career in real estate has been great. You've, got speaking engagements lined up. You've got the book out, which I'm really happy again, cnyres.com. You can get your copy of the seller edition. And now we're coming up on your class. We've got your class coming up. You're going to be making your debut teaching a CE class, because I know you've been in front of people before, but this is your first time at length, for credit. And that's going to be the class, the buyer master class. And let's talk a little bit about that, because you've got the buyer handbook that's going to be coming out, and that's going to be related to the class, presumably, right?
Absolutely. So with the class that I'm doing for buyer, it's going to be very, very in depth. We're going, guys, I'm going, you know how I am. I'm going to definitely go in and make sure that I educate you as best as I can. I'm going to go over this personality, right? Like different personality for each person. There's 4. So we're going to go over each one of them. We're going to go into detail of how do you know the person's personality based on the way they answer the phone, based on the car that they drive, based on the way that they look at you or the way they dress. So I'm going to go really deep in. I'm going to even do a buyer presentation, right? So that, you know, if you were a buyer, how is that buyer going to receive it? I'm going to go from the start to the end and really going deep versus just telling you, oh, here, go into the MLS and figure this out. It's really going in deep and understanding what is the client needs and want, and how to communicate what it is that they want, and actually listen to them and give them what they want. So that's kind of what we're going to go over.
A lot of agents not doing that. I love it.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into much when it comes to, you know, how to have them give you 3% or 4%. I'm not that type of person, because I do know that, hey, we do that this part of the business, when you work with a buyer, the seller's always paying for it, right? So I'm going to teach you how to negotiate with the realtor to give you a higher commission versus negotiate with your seller, right? So that's what we're going to go into it, because come on, these buyers are saving money. They're saving $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that is taking them years to save. And now you're going to tell them, hey, you know what? I need you to give me an extra $5,000 because I show you 3 houses, or because I show you 20 houses. Now, whether you're showing someone 20 or 3 houses, either one is your fault. So you need to really understand what are they looking for? Ask the right questions in a way that you care for them, because that's what you're here for. You're doing this business. Yes, you got to make money, but at the end of the day, you're helping people's life. You're changing people's life. Look, Derek, you changed my life. You're the one that said, you know, I took one of your classes about YouTube, and here I am doing all these YouTube. Here I am able to even do and educate others. And I'm going to be forever grateful for that. And thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to have you be able to share your knowledge, because, you know, like I said, I worked on the seller book and I was blown away. You know, as a person who's been teaching real estate agents for over 13 years, you know, it's there's a lot out there to know. And I was really, really impressed. Like when you said you had a book, I was like, oh yeah, really? You got a book? But then it was packed with really, really good information. So I'm really happy to give you the opportunity and the stage to share your knowledge with students now. And so I'm really looking forward to your class and then the follow-up book as well, when we will release the buyer book, the Mastermind Manual Buyer Edition. That'll be on Charter Real Estate School's website, cnyres.com. But what's next for you after the class? You know, what do you see in the future for Rosa Collado, Rosa Motivated Collado?
That's a great question. I have no idea, other than one of the things that I definitely do want to do more of. It's definitely do more research, right? Because I do like that. And I want to be able to continue to build my real estate team in a way where the people that are with me, they're making a lot of money, that they're very happy. And in addition to making a lot of money, being very happy, is not overstressed and overworking and constantly going out there in a hunt and being hungry and hunting. More of, hey, how can we make our business very systematic, very reliable, very predictable? And that's what we need, right? That's what I'm looking for. It's like, how can I have my business be more predictable and have the people around me not only make a lot of money, but grow personally and also in their business? So that's what I'm looking to do, is motivate others and continue to grow.
That's fantastic. And I think, you know, the best thing about that, and I think that's really the best way to end it as well, and because like what you're looking for your business, that's what every agent should want for their business, right? You know, like streamline it, make it so that you're not out there hunting for business, like you said, all the time. All right, I get that next deal. Where's that money going to come from? You know, you want to make it so that you know where it's coming from. You know what you need to do to get there. And I'm looking forward to you finding that out, realizing that, and then sharing with everyone else in the industry so they can get to that position as well.
And, you know, I would definitely be sharing, because I love sharing information. I mean, that's one of the things that I like. I mean, even realtors, they watch my YouTube channel because there's a lot of valuable information, from what's the true cost of selling your home in New York City, what's the difference between inspection and appraisal, co-ops, condos. I mean, even realtors are going into that channel and saying, and sending comments and saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm learning so much from your videos. So I know that me creating this and putting everything together,
putting it out there.
Yeah. And focusing on, like, let's do the right thing for the buyers. And here's how we do that. You know, I know that's going to definitely change the industry, or at least change 1 or 2 people, that is going to help them grow their business.
It's fantastic, because at the end of the day, you're educating the public and your peers. And it takes a lot to do that. There's not that many people out there making sure that the clients are as educated as possible, and as well as their colleagues. So I applaud you on that. Another round of applause for Rosa Collado. Thank you for joining us today, and see you in the classroom.